Welcome to October 2014. Now in October, there is a calm before the storm. Don't let this lull you into a false sense of security. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, everything seems as right as rain. Then you are suddenly thrown into a massive hurricane. Step back and don't react. Walk away. This is not your mess to clean up. So, sweet September really turns into Rocktober, and you may start feeling this energy at the end of September, but on October 1st, the moon is in Capricorn, coupled with powerful Pluto, and then it just escalates, and we have a total Aries lunar eclipse on the 8th. The sun squares Pluto on the 4th. The sun opposes Uranus on the 7th, and then the Aries lunar eclipse on the 8th. So this is very intense. It is going to be crazy, hectic. Uranus brings expect the unexpected, abrupt changes, curveballs thrown at you. Life can change on a dime. One minute you're here, then the next minute there's a new situation over here. And for you, it's happening in the area of your reputation in the world, your legacy in the world, your career in the world, how you define your unique individuality in the world, as well as Pluto is in the area of other people, relationships, intimate marriage, as well as business relationships, colleagues. Libra rules your foundation. Libra rules the area of life that has to do with how you nurture yourself, how you empower yourself. It has to do with your soul power, your personal power, your home, your family. All of this is being squared by Pluto and Uranus. So the lunar eclipse is activating the Pluto-Uranus square. And anytime a faster moving planet moves into Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, Libra, they also activate Pluto and Uranus. So October is a really intense time because the sun is in Libra, Venus is at 10 degrees Libra at the eclipse, the North Node is in Libra at 19 degrees, and so they're all squaring Pluto, opposing the moon in Aries at 15 degrees Aries, and Uranus at 14 degrees, 29 minutes Aries. So that's a T. So you've got all the Uranus, Aries, Libra, Pluto, Capricorn. It's very intense, and it just comes in like a hurricane. And so, you're sitting there, you're like, oh, wow, this late summer energy is really good. This early fall energy is feeling good. Then all of a sudden, whew, a storm kicks up. Go inside, make yourself some tea. It's not yours to fix. It's not yours. Although others may be trying to pull you into it with that Pluto in the area of other people, it's not yours to solve. And, this is really intense energy, obviously. We have 2 more Pluto-Uranus squares to deal with. The next one will be December 14th, and the final one will be March 17th, 2015. So October is similar to April. That's when we had the last 2 eclipses, and now we're having the final eclipses in October. However, Pluto and Uranus are not exactly square. They will be in December, when there won't be any eclipses or Mercury retrograde. I didn't talk about that yet. So Pluto and Uranus are being activated by this total lunar eclipse, and as you know, the moon rules our emotions, it rules our sense of security, it also rules the mass consciousness. And so the moon is actually reflecting the mass consciousness back to us when it's full like that. And so you want to get out of the way of other people's drama, other people's negativity, and make sure you're taking care of you and you're not feeling all of that energy. It's very important that you are doing that because it's not yours to solve. And we need you here shining that love light energy that you shine and focused on your work and what you're here to do, and not being distracted by what other people are doing or what other people want you to do for them. Take care of you. Remember, when the plane's going down, we put the mask on first, and then we help others. Okay, so remember that. When crazy's going on, you take care of you so that you can be available when it's appropriate. But we can't fix and save those that don't want to fix and save themselves. And it's not our job to do that. It's hard enough to change ourselves. So let others resolve their crises. You take care of you. And then you are riding the wave and feeling powerful and effective and good and strong as you are here to be. Now, Mercury will also retrograde during this craziness. And Mercury starts out about 2 degrees Scorpio, then it backs into Libra. So first it starts moving into that area of romance, true love, creative self-expression, your children, taking risks, being athletic. And then it says, okay, time to go visit Libra again. And it goes back into Libra on the 10th. And that has to do with family. It has to do with nurturing yourself, empowering yourself, building a strong personal foundation. I have an excellent program on my homepage. If you go to my website in the left-hand column, the Personal Foundation Program, it's a must-have. It's probably the best program that Thomas Leonard wrote, and Coach University, where I went to school for coaching. It is without a doubt the best personal program ever written, and will really strengthen you, and it's my gift to you. So focus on what you need, focus on strengthening you, and you'll be fine during these energies. With the Mercury retrograde, you know, there's always do's and don'ts. Life goes on. If you got to buy a new computer, you got to buy a new computer. Whatever you got to buy, just keep the receipt, because if it turns out to be a lemon, you can bring it back. But life goes on, business goes on, and you have to go on. It just, when Mercury retrogrades, the devil's in the details. And when you've got eclipses going on, which are the most powerful transits you can experience, they herald major endings and beginnings. People, you know, it's going to be a little crazy out there. So you want to do what you do to take care of you, and you just keep riding the wave, riding the wave. Then the Sun will conjunct Mercury on the 16th. And I always see that as an opportunity to really listen to the universe, listen to the messages God has for me. So on the 16th, pay attention to messages coming to you. They can come to you through animals. They can come to you through other people. They can come to you through your own inner being. And so the universe may have a message for you in regards to relationships, and to regards to where you're living, in regards to family, or how you build your strong foundation. And if the messenger be an ant, heed him. Then the Sun, and Venus and Mars will sextile on the 20th. I really like that aspect. I mean, there's a lot of great aspects, but then if I brought them all in, it would be a 30-minute reading. And or a 40-minute reading. And not that I mind doing that, but it just seems like my readings go longer and longer and longer, because there's always more to talk about. But the Venus and Mars, I think, is really sweet, because Venus is in Libra and Mars is in Sagittarius, and they're sextiling on the 20th. And that just can be a nice day at work for you, or you're working from home and it's good, and you're feeling good, you're feeling strong, you're feeling good about where things are going. And then it gets even better for you, because the Sun enters Scorpio on the 23rd. Scorpio is a sister sign. Scorpio rules the area of life that has to do with true love and romance, risk-taking, sex, and having fun. And then Venus enters Scorpio on the 23rd, and we have a Scorpio solar eclipse on the 23rd. Now, this is a partial solar eclipse, but it's still an eclipse, and it's following the total lunar eclipse. So we want to pay attention to this, because this is the last solar eclipse and last eclipse we're going to have in Scorpio until 2032. Yeah, until 2032 will be the next time we start up with the Scorpio eclipses. So this is the last one. It's like putting a cherry on the top of the sundae. And the Sun is at 0 degrees. let's see, the sun is at 0 degrees, 25 minutes Scorpio. The moon is at 0 degrees, 25 minutes Scorpio. And that's because the solar eclipse is always a new moon. And sun and the moon coupled together. And Venus just goes in too, and she's at 0 degrees, 3 minutes Scorpio. And so love, a romance is heating up for you, Cancers. Whoo, you look sizzling at the end of the month. No wonder everyone wants you to nourish and nurture them. But again, you nurture you and let them rise up to the occasion. How are people going to get strong if we, solve their problems for them? They've got to become masters and solve their problems. And that's what makes them self-masters and strong. And that's what it's about. We can throw them a rope, but they got to climb up, right? Now, this energy is gorgeous. And for you, I really like it because Neptune is also in your sister sign. So this energy forms a grand water trine with the Cancers, especially those Cancers right at the beginning in the early degrees. So those Cancers born in the beginning of the solstice time period, when the sun enters Cancer, you will be feeling this the most, but it's still a boost for all the Cancers. And but the early degree ones are really getting a special boost here. And that's also the ones that have finished with the Pluto-Uranus. Now, I know some of you are still dealing with Pluto-Uranus head on because I work with so many of you, and I see it when I look at your personal astrology, especially those involved in this, 12 degree through 17 degree Cancer. Those of you that have planets at those degrees are experiencing Pluto and Uranus breakdown. And you can go to my homepage again for the brilliant breakthroughs, and I go into what it's like to go through this breakdown phase. Pluto breaks things down. Uranus changed things suddenly, unexpectedly. It's very hard to predict Uranus because whatever you think it's going to do, it can go and do the opposite. And even with the challenging aspect, you can think, oh, that's a negative, that's a no. It may not be. It may be harder to get what you want, but it doesn't mean it's no. So for those of you struggling with breakdown or endings, it will pass. These are transits. This will pass. And as the energy calms down into Scorpio, you'll begin to feel the calm return and a sense of equilibrium. And if others are pulling you into their stuff, walk away. It's not yours to save or fix. It's theirs. That's where they're learning. If you are taking on other people's problems, you're taking on their karma. They don't get the lesson and you feel exhausted. So let them learn from their experiences. They grow stronger that way. And you can stay focused on what makes you happy. And the Scorpio energy is here to help you do that. This is a very nourishing and nurturing, empowering new moon in Scorpio, and Mars is very late in Sagittarius. It's at 28 degrees, 8 minutes. So it's almost to Capricorn. It reaches Capricorn on the 26th. It also is in harmony with the Scorpio new moon. And so this is very promising and encouraging. And for you, it has to do with your lifestyle. It has to do with your health. Health can improve. You can be feeling stronger. You can be feeling more energized. Your work can improve. You feel more focused. You're getting more done. You're cutting through the obstacles. So you can use these eclipses to release what no longer serves you and focus on the juicy good part. Like focus on what is working for you. And if you find yourself slipping into depression, please see somebody about it. Don't go so low. We don't want to get too high and we don't want to get too low. The key is to stay in the middle. Not too happy, happy, and not too sad, sad. Okay? For all of us, it's very important that we stay in the middle. Buddha taught us this. Buddha said the middle way, right? So it doesn't mean you can never eat cake. It just means have a slice of cake, but don't eat the whole cake, right? It doesn't mean you can't have wine, but just have a glass of wine. Don't drink the whole bottle. That's the middle way. Find the middle way. Don't say no to your inner child, because the inner child likes to know she can have some ice cream, likes to know he can have a cheeseburger here and there. But when we say, no, you must be on a strict diet and never have blah, 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 that's when the inner child says, yeah, how do you spell fat chance? And so let your inner child come out and play. Especially as we move towards Happy Halloween on the 31st, you're going to want to play because we'll be in Scorpio, and Scorpio harmonizes with the Cancer. Neptune is harmonizing with the Scorpio. Mars is harmonizing with the Scorpio. And then on the 26th, Mars moves into the area of relationships for you. So if there's anybody in your life on a power trip, step back, don't react, right? Don't get involved, because there's such a distinction, and I'm going to go into this in the new moon and full moon reports, between force and power. When we are authentically powered, we don't have to control anyone. We don't have to tell anyone to believe what we believe. We don't even care if they believe what we believe, because we're empowered. We know what we believe is true for us. So we don't have to convert the world, conform the world into what we believe. But there are those that don't have power, and they use force to control others. And they're using this negative Pluto brutal energy. Pluto and Uranus are like gangsters when they hook up like this. And they come in and they do violence, and they push with force their agenda on innocent people. Gentle souls, precious souls. All life is precious. And so your job is to take care of you. And it will get easier. It will get better. There is a grand fire trine even at the Aries lunar eclipse, and I always see that as the way out. Whenever there's squares or oppositions, the way out is through the sextiles and the trines, because that's where the energy easily flows, right? And so we want to go where there's easy openings. And for you, it has to do with tapping into your resources, your inner resources, your talent, your ability, and focusing on your work, because that grand fire trine is in a money house and a work house, all funneling up to your destiny in the world, what you do in the world. So even though Pluto and Uranus are whack town, you still can be experiencing career achievement. You can be experiencing breakthroughs in your career. But the key is to don't get caught up in other people's drama. Don't watch the news if it makes you cry. I mean, watch enough of it to know what's going on in the world, but don't get like morbidly depressed by those folks using force with their agenda. Stay focused on what you can do, and that's the projects you got going on, the things, the hobbies that you love to do that nourish and nurture you. Stay focused on making moves in your career, especially at the end of the month. It looks really good and really strong. So, money looks good for you in October because Jupiter is working for you in that area. Jupiter is in Leo. Leo rules your money. Mars is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules how you work in the world. Aries rules your destiny in the world, your reputation in the world, your career legacy in the world. And there's a grand fire trine there for you. So you're really fiery when it comes to your work and your money. And this energy can lift you up and is the way out. So in other words, divorce the negative news, divorce other people's drama, stay focused on your goals, stay focused on your projects, stay focused on what you can do, and you will be effective and powerful in October, going into November, which is even more of a power time for you because you are now dancing with Scorpio, and Scorpio is a sister sign pouring positive energy into you, lifting you up, empowering you, opening you up for true love and romance. And why not? We can't wait on Pluto and Uranus. We can't wait on the stars. We have to live our lives, although timing is everything. And the time has come because Venus jumps into Scorpio on the 23rd as well, lighting up the area of true love and romance for you. So romance is really strong for you, Cancer, in October, especially the 23rd on. Relationships, you've got to look at your relationships. You want to be with people that love and support you and honor you. And if that's not the case, Pluto and Uranus are going to show that to you. Okay? And so, don't tolerate, relationships that are not supporting you. And that's not just partners. That's, people you're working with, friends, clients, whoever. Pay attention to that, and pay attention to who's on a power trip, because there could be someone there who's really, I am Napoleon, and so this energy has a tendency to bring out, those that are on a power trip. But this too shall pass. These are transits. They're not permanent. They're clearing the way for what you want. But career looks good. Money is improving. And for those of you looking for love, romance is very strong for you. For those of you already committed, really, open the communication and make sure you're getting your needs met in that relationship. And if you want more romance, ask for it. Ask for what you want. Yes, your psychic abilities are being stepped up with the Neptune and the Scorpio going on, because Neptune is in harmony with the Scorpio new moon, and that increases your psychic abilities, and you're already incredibly psychic and intuitive. So that is increasing even more, but it can also increase your creativity. So you're taking your projects far and wide. You're expanding what you do to the masses using social media, using the internet, or long distance travel. All of that is, really coming in strong for you, and it's increasing your work so that you're seeing a big hit in the money belt. The money is increasing by your effort, by what you're doing. So, yes, you're psychic, but don't assume you can read your partner's mind. That's all I'm saying. Tell your partner what you need. Tell him or her, I need this from you. And, really use this energy to expand your projects out into the world. It's an incredibly creative time for you, especially that last week in October and going into November. It's really strong. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plussing my podcast. Cancer, you're so awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your personal astrology, or you're interested in coaching, those links are below in the Show More section. And until next time, be safe and sound. Safe and sound, hold your ground. We're safe and sound. I could lift you up. I could show you what you want to see and take you where you want to be. You could be my luck. Even if the sky is falling down, I know that we'll be safe and sound. We're safe and sound. Hold your ground. We're safe and sound. I could show you love in a tidal wave of mystery. You'd still be standing next to me. We're safe and sound. Hold your ground. We're safe and sound.